Have you ever wished for better than FD returns but without entering the roller coaster world of equities? If yes, you're not alone. India's investment culture is changing fast. And while equity markets continue to dominate headlines, not every investor is comfortable with volatility. So, where do investors go when they want stable returns with a little extra yield? Enter high yield corporate bonds, and more importantly, platforms like BiddEasy bonds, which claim to make bond investing simple, transparent, and accessible. But the real question is BiddEasy bonds truly worth your time and money, or are there hidden risks behind those attractive yields? Let us break it down in detail in this video. Hi there, welcome back to holisticinvestment.in, where we help individual investors like you to make the right financial and investment decision to reach your financial goals in a more faster and smarter way. Now, before analyzing this online bond platform, let us first understand the bond market itself. So, think of bonds as large scale loans. You lend money to a company or to the government, they pay you interest regularly and return your principal at maturity. Simple on paper, right? Then, why do so few retail investors actively explore the bond market? Because for decades in India, bonds have been complex, filled with jargon, opaque, with limited publicly available information, institution dominated, leaving little space for small investors. But things are changing. Platforms like BiddEasy bonds and other digital marketplaces promise to make bonds as easy to buy as mutual funds, transparent, accessible, and available in smaller ticket sizes. The question is, does accessibility solve the underlying risk? Let's go deeper. What exactly is a bond? A bond is nothing but a loan you give to the issuer, which can be a company, NBFC, bank, or government. In return, you get fixed interest, coupon, and principal repayment at maturity. But before you hit invest, pause and ask yourself, what if the issuer defaults? Are you fully aware of their debt levels, cash flows, and repayment history? Can you exit anytime? Bond liquidity varies widely. Some can be sold easily, some barely trade. How do interest rates affect bond prices? When rates rise, existing bonds fall in value. Many retail investors overlook this. Am I evaluating credit risk or just chasing a high yield? A tempting return often hides a bigger risk. Online platforms list hundreds of bonds, but listing is not equal to safety. Your due diligence matters more than ever. So, government securities are considered the safest fixed income instrument in India because they are backed by the government of India itself. They offer stability, but that doesn't automatically make them. So, important questions to reflect on here is, will G-Secs beat inflation consistently? Historically, they stabilize portfolios, not maximize returns. And what about liquidity? While safe, some long-dated issues don't trade actively. And is RBI retail direct beginner friendly? It's transparent and direct, but not always intuitive for first time users. Are the returns worth the long maturities? Many G-Secs run for 10, 20, even 40 years. You can buy them through RBI retail direct or platforms like BiddEasy bonds, but safety and suitability are not the same. Corporate bond investing accelerated after SEBI lowered the minimum investment to 10,000 rupees, opening the gates for retail investors. But higher yield almost always means higher risk. Questions you must ask are, does AAA rated truly mean safe? It means strong creditworthiness, not zero risk. Is the extra yield compensating you for hidden trouble? High coupons often indicate weaker financial strength. Is the issuer's cash flow reliable? Short-term profit is not the same as long-term solvency. So digital platforms make buying corporate bonds easy, but they do not make them safe. Your analysis here matters more than the interface. So, credit ratings give you a quick snapshot of an issuer's repayment capability, but here's the reality. Have agencies missed red flags before? Yes. Can a AAA rated bond fall to D in a sudden event? Yes. Can downgrades trigger panic selling and price crashes? Absolutely. A credit rating is a starting point, not a guarantee. Smart investors use ratings but never depend solely on them. And there are some agencies across India which assess the creditworthiness of issuers like CRISIL, ICRA, CARE ratings, Brickwork ratings, India ratings, and research. But remember, issuers pay for ratings. This issuer pays model can create conflicts of interest. That's why cross verifying across agencies and reading the rationale behind the rating is essential. Not all bonds carry the same level of safety, so understanding the hierarchy is crucial. So senior secured bonds are backed by collateral, which means assets, and it has higher safety within corporate bonds. And senior unsecured bonds have no collateral, meaning higher risk if things go wrong. And subordinated bonds are repaid after senior bondholders, which means higher yield and higher risk. So perpetual bonds have no maturity date, so sensitive to interest rate changes, highest risk among listed bonds. So if a company collapses, the type of bond determines who gets repaid first and who potentially gets nothing. So as we have a basic understanding about the bond market, let us now go through an in-depth analysis about the online bond platform called BiddEasy. So let's take a platform overview. BiddEasy is a SEBI licensed OBPP, which means it's regulated, compliant, and transparent at the platform level. Its design is clean, beginner friendly, and clearly built for retail investors who often feel lost when dealing with corporate bonds. You get simple dashboards, curated selections, clear yield displays, and essential issuer information. But the part that grabs everyone's attention is the platform's highlight: zero default track record. Sounds reassuring, but what does it really mean? A zero default track record simply means that bonds previously listed on the platform haven't defaulted yet. That's good, but it's not a guarantee. Ask yourself, is this just historical? Because past performance doesn't prevent future credit events. Is this due to rigorous selection, or is it because the listed bonds haven't gone through a full credit cycle yet? And most importantly, does platform safety equal issuer safety? The answer is always no. A platform can be fully compliant, but if the company issuing the bond faces trouble, the bond can still default. So while BiddEasy can be a helpful marketplace, investors must remember one thing: filters and badges can guide you, but they do not replace fundamental analysis. So now let's take a look at the product offerings on BiddEasy. So BiddEasy keeps its product selection focused. You will mainly find corporate bonds that include a mix of investment grade issuers, high yield issuers, NBFCs, real estate companies, financial institutions, manufacturing firms, and more. So the platform highlights YTM, credit rating, coupon frequency, maturity, minimum investment. This helps investors compare multiple issuers side by side. And yes, the emphasis is clearly on higher yields, which can attract investors looking beyond FDs or traditional debt. So market linked debentures. Here returns depend on an underlying market index. So you will find details like principal protected and non-protected variants, tenor, and underlying benchmark like Nifty 50, illustrative returns, risk disclosures. MLDs can be efficient, but they are also more complex. So ask yourself, do you fully understand how the underlying index impacts your returns? Are you fully comfortable with the structure? Do you know whether your principal will be protected? If not, these products require slower, more careful evaluation. High yield corporate bonds usually pay interest monthly, quarterly, or semi annually. Sounds great for income seekers who doesn't like predictable cash flow, right? But here's the flip side. When interest is paid out instead of reinvested, you lose compounding. And compounding is what builds serious long term wealth. So think about it. Are you prepared to reinvest payouts manually? Do you have the discipline to keep reinvesting consistently? Are you aware that the interest is taxed the moment you receive it, reducing your net return? And remember, coupon payments depend on the issuer's cash flow. So if the company faces stress, delays, or missed payouts are possible. So while regular income is attractive, it works best for investors who need income, not those who are compounding for wealth creation. So here's where BiddEasy stands out. You can invest with as little as 1,000 rupees, a massive democratization of the bond market. But low entry barriers can sometimes encourage impulsive decisions. So ask, is this 1,000 rupees truly surplus, or are you stretching? Are you allocating too much to high yield bonds just because it feels affordable? Are you unintentionally putting emergency funds in risky, illiquid products? Affordability is a benefit. Suitability is a responsibility. Even small ticket investment should support, not disrupt your long term financial plan. So, BiddEasy offers a sleek, modern, user friendly interface ideal for retail investors, but there's an important detail. You must register before viewing any bonds. This can feel restrictive for users who just want to browse first. Even with a great interface, convenience doesn't eliminate risk. A clean dashboard can sometimes make complex products appear simpler than they actually are. So pause and ask, is the platform highlighting risk clearly, or are yields overshadowing everything else? Are you relying too heavily on filters? Are you overlooking deeper credit factors because the interface feels easy? A platform can simplify access, but it cannot simplify risk. Only research can. So, who should consider investing through BiddEasy? High yield corporate bonds aren't for everyone. They suit investors who, number one, have high risk tolerance. So, can you handle delays or even defaults? And number two, have a longer investment time horizon. So, holding till maturity minimizes price volatility and improves recovery chances. Number three, want higher income. These bonds offer more than FDs but with more risk. And number four, seek portfolio diversification. A small allocation can improve risk adjusted returns. And number five, you're informed and active. So you must understand financial statements, credit ratings, repayment patterns, sector risk, or work with someone who does like a certified financial planner. So before investing, ask yourself, am I mentally prepared for credit risk? Can I stay invested till maturity? What if the platform gets acquired or restructured? Does this investment align with my long term plan? So these are satellite investments, not core holdings. So let's keep the tax implications of this simple. So if you're holding listed bonds for under 12 months, you will be taxed as per slab rate. But if you're holding them for more than 12 months, you will be taxed 12.5% LTCG with no indexation. And if you're holding unlisted bonds for under 24 months, you will be taxed as per slab rate. But if you're holding them for more than 24 months, you will be taxed 12.5% LTCG. And interest income is taxed 10% TDS on interest, which is taxable as income from other sources. And if you compare it with FD, same 10% TDS, threshold based applicability, forms 15G or 15H available for eligible investors. So capital gains on bonds may be more efficient depending on tenure, but remember, tax benefits cannot offset poor credit selection. So let's revisit the big question. Are fixed payouts always good? They can be, but if you want income. But think about it. Are you sacrificing compounding power? Will you reinvest payouts regularly? Would a growth option like a mutual fund be better? Can payouts stop if the issuer's cash flow weakens? The answers matter because regular income feels good, but long-term compounding feels better. And here comes the important question. Equity versus bonds, which is truly safer? Many investors assume that bonds are automatically safer than equities, but safety depends on what kind of risk you're talking about. Equity markets are volatile. Yes, they go through crashes, corrections, and unpredictable phases, but historically, equity markets recover, sometimes even stronger than before. Volatility may test your patience, but it rarely results in a total wipeout unless you choose extremely poor quality stocks. Corporate bonds operate differently. A single default can cause permanent, irreversible loss of capital, so there is no bounce back if the issuer cannot repay. We have already seen what happens when strong looking names collapse. So DHFL was once trusted, later turned into a massive default. ILNFS was a AAA rated giant which suddenly collapsed. Yes Bank 81 bonds were written down to zero overnight, and multiple NBFCs appeared fine until liquidity pressure exposed deeper cracks. So while equity brings volatility, corporate bonds carry the risk of finality. Stability in price does not equal safety in outcome. In 2020, the Indian debt market witnessed one of its most dramatic events. Franklin Templeton owned up 6 debt schemes, freezing 25,000 crore. So investors couldn't redeem their money. NAV stopped updating, redemptions were locked until asset recovery began. And this wasn't a small fund house or an obscure scheme. This was a reputed AMC with a long track record. If such an institution can run into liquidity and credit issues, what about lesser known companies offering 9, 10, 11, or even 12% coupon rates on private platforms? Bonds don't offer daily NAVs like mutual funds. You cannot always see the stress building up, and once liquidity dries up in the secondary market, you're effectively stuck. Chasing higher yield without understanding the underlying risk can cost far more than it pays. So, why credit risk is so difficult to detect? Credit risk is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It builds quietly through weakening cash flows, rising debt, promoter issues, or sector wide stress. Everything looks normal until it doesn't. When a credit event hits, it tends to hit all at once. Sudden rating downgrades, collapse in secondary market liquidity, questions around collateral valuation, delays in interest or principal payments, steep drop in bond price, sometimes with no buyers. And remember, these are not substitutes for bank FDs. These are high yield, high risk instruments where the possibility of default is very real, even if the coupon looks attractive. So now let us take a look at the key takeaways for retail investors. This is a quick summary of what really matters. So high yield is equal to high risk always. Evaluate the issuer first, not the platform's interface. Liquidity is unpredictable. You may not be able to exit, and ratings can and do fail. So don't depend on them blindly. And never invest your emergency funds or goal-based money in high-yield corporate bonds. Diversify across issuers, sectors, and maturities to reduce concentration risk. Good return is useful, but recoverable return is essential. If you want fixed income exposure without taking concentrated issuer risk, consider safer, more diversified options like credit risk mutual funds, which spread risk across many issuers, daily NAV updates, professional credit analysis, and better liquidity than individual high yield bonds. Another option is RB Retail Direct (GSEX), backed by the Government of India. Zero default risk, transparent pricing, suitable for long term stability and predictable income. These options may offer lower yield, but they offer highest visibility and much lower uncertainty. What is the final takeaway? Is investing in a platform like BiddEasy bonds worth it or not? So platforms like BiddEasy bonds make bond investing accessible, but accessibility doesn't reduce complexity. A certified financial planner can help you match the right bond type to your financial goals, analyze issuer stability and repayment history, understand tax treatment and post-tax returns, avoid unsuitable credit risk, maintain an allocation that protects, not jeopardizes your health, build a portfolio that balances growth, income, and safety. Because smart investing isn't about chasing returns today, it's about preserving your future tomorrow.
And you can definitely check out the blog post we have posted on our website through the link in the description. And if you want to gain more professional guidance through a professional financial planner, you can choose to book a one-on-one complimentary consultation with one of our professional financial planner through the link in the description. Also, if you want to gain more investment and financial insights through the leading experts in the finance industry, we also conduct regularly free live webinars through which you can register and gain these insights. The link is in the description. Also, if you like this video, definitely hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can come up with more such financially beneficial content for you. Thank you for watching.